Hi everybody and happy Monday!
Happy Monday.
You've been practicing.
I've been practicing.
I am so excited for today's video. I have wanted to do this video for I can't tell you how long.
It's been a long time. It was like your first video idea, and I've been saying,
really was.
well, we'll do it, we'll keep doing
Just
it,
wait.
and then, well,
Just
why don't
wait.
you do that tank? Why don't you do this? Why don't you aquascape? And now we are here.
We are. So I'm calling it how to lure your spouse into the hobby.
That's what I did.
Yeah, well, and the reason I'm doing it is two reasons. First of all, is the funny thing is that it's our #1 comment. So, at least on my videos. I don't know if it's on your videos. Maybe if I escape something on some of your videos, but it is my #1 comment. Oh, I wish my wife was in the hobby. I wish my wife would get involved. So, a lot of my videos actually, I don't know if you've been able to tell, they do kind of incorporate kind of skills that somebody like me might have, or interests that they might have. Crafting, you know, other gardening.
Bow hunting skills, computer hacking
Nunchuck skills.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, how to lure your spouse into the hobby, because, well, I am that spouse that got lured into the hobby after many, many, many years of saying, no, thank you, no, here I am. So anyways, this is going to be a very fun episode, and we do have some special guests appearing a little bit throughout, so we hope you enjoy that as well. And so let's get started. Now, I thought it would be really fun to first say why. Why do you want to get your spouse into the hobby? Do you want to say #1? Because you actually.
Oh, there's a list?
I have notes. That was yours, so you can totally take credit for that one. Can you read that?
Well, hold on. Can I hold the list? So, I have a list in front of me, apparently. #1, this is true. When you have a 2-car garage, you can park not one, but 2 cars in the driveway.
That's right.
Why? Why is that?
So you can have more stuff in the garage.
Yes, our garage has stuff. Wood, rocks,
Aquascaping.
pots.
Yep.
Tanks.
Sands, gravels. It's great. Now he of course wants to at some point, put monster tanks out there. I'm holding out for more storage space for, aquascaping skills, but I think there can be some sort of an arrangement.
Can I read #2?
Yes.
Oh, this is true. This is very true. If you really want to have awesome tanks, get your significant other into the hobby, because you can actually spend more and get more tanks.
Yes. Because you know what? Remember when you wanted that low boy? You were like, oh gosh, I really want this low boy. And I was like, oh heck yeah. I want that low boy even more than you want it. Load it up.
Yeah, this can be both an advantage and a horrible disadvantage if you're bad at money. But we're so
just one more tank.
Just one more tank or one more expensive set of rocks or wood. It's
right.
Yeah, it can definitely add up in a hurry.
Some bettas here and there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, #3. Get some help scaping and organizing.
Well, yeah, that's where I come in. So he was always kind of fumbling around, scaping, piles of rocks and something like that. And you were always like kind of, doing it on your own and
Can
stuff.
I get a shout out for piles of rocks? Some of the piles of rocks have been okay.
Yeah, but not all tanks.
Not all tanks, but I would have probably had piles of rocks in every last tank in here. But wow, he did another tank. It pretty much is a pile of rocks again. Didn't even know that was part of a biotope for that fish. Well, it's
Never
not,
is.
but it's just, I liked it.
I know.
In the middle of the tank, exactly in the middle. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Okay, what number we on? Oh, #4.
But also organizing, just keep in mind.
Oh, organizing.
Keep in mind, you can definitely get some help organizing, because, speaking for myself, I do like to organize. And I don't want to, generalize, but a lot of guys have problems organizing their stuff.
Except for me.
We can help out.
All right, now #4. #4, I don't know if this is actually true.
No?
See your spouse more. Is that actually true?
Well,
I find that.
I remember that I frequently wouldn't see you at all.
Well,
Like
that's
all
true.
weekends you would be, I'd hear like, bam, bam, bam. and then
Water running.
and
Sometimes on the floor.
But as a fun note, now instead of just hearing mystery noises down the basement, I'll know exactly when you're done feeding the fish because I hear the water going.
Yeah,
And I know, yep, brine shrimp,
Yeah.
you're almost done. I
That's
got
right.
5 minutes and you're coming up.
And I always know if you're not upstairs, I know you're in the fish room. So you'll know where your
am.
spouse is at. That is true, or your significant other. Number 5, this is a fun one. Go to stores and events together. That kind of ties into whatever that was, number 2, spend more money. So the more you think about this, be careful what you wish for, because what also happens with the go to the stores and events together, if you've noticed lately, I don't actually get a lot of stuff. In fact, I can go now to a swap or an auction or a store and basically spend nothing.
Yeah, you miss all the good
and
stuff.
still spend like $300. And I'm walking out of there empty-handed.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So that is definitely a thing. It's a thing.
It is. So these are really great ideas. What do you think that like Jeana and Lisa of KG Tropicals would think?
KG Tropicals? Well, that's a wonderful channel and some great people. Their YouTube channel will be down in the description below, but I think we should just ask them.
Let's ask them.
To me, the best thing about having her in the hobby with me is the fact that we can share this hobby with each other. We can go to the fish store together and kind of make a silly little date night out of it. And it's something that we can do that doesn't involve sitting on the couch watching TV or whatever. We just have fun with it. And the best thing is, if I'm feeling particularly lazy, she'll help me out with the tanks, feeding the fish, and even cleaning them.
Yeah,
Works out well for me.
works out really well for him. My favorite part about being in the hobby with him is going fish shopping. We go to the fish store. All I have to say is, John, I want that fish. And boom, I got that fish.
Lucky you.
Thank you so much, John and Lisa, for that. KG Tropicals. That was pretty awesome.
They're so funny. They really kill me. And see, it's a win-win.
Win-win. Okay, so now, how to get
Yes,
your significant other into the hobby?
This is the good stuff. Yeah, how do
Okay.
you do it?
Let's talk about that.
Okay, the number one, this was hard between my number 1 and number 2. How you ring them in. Nano tanks. Okay?
Well, hold on, I have a question.
What?
Nano tanks. What if it's let's just say, for example, it's a young lady that's already into nano tanks, and it's the husband that's not into the hobby. I'm not sure nano tanks is going to be the thing.
Oh, then
What
they
if
don't-
they just want ho ho ho,
Big-
and they want like, I would like fish, but
Well-
only if it was 6 feet long.
Well-
Then maybe how about nano tanks or monster tanks?
Yeah, I guess you could switch it up.
Okay.
But I mean, I have to speak from my point of view because
Okay.
that's, most of the comments that I got were from the husband saying, I wish my wife was in the hobby. So I'm just thinking, as a wife, that was one of the biggest draws. When I saw tiny tanks for tiny fish, I was like, whoa, what? And then it comes with tiny lights, tiny rocks. It's great. And nano tanks are huge now. It's like a real trend.
Nano tanks
Are huge.
Huge.
That's
Awesome.
right.
Okay.
Wait. Then I gotta. These are kind of more for me. They don't really
I
apply.
like to read. This is my job.
Okay, but number 2. This is how you can get somebody into the hobby. Betta fish.
I was supposed to read that.
No, but it's more for me because how are you gonna describe? Go get yourself some betta fish. I know how to describe it better.
Okay.
More better, different
More
than
betta?
you. More
Thank you.
good one. That's
why I'm here.
Applause.
I will insert applause.
So, I mean, I don't even know where you would start with betta. They're beautiful. They're all different. You could be like, boy, honey, hey, let's go pick up some dog food at the PetSmart. Come on.
Even
And
if you
then
don't have a dog.
Right.
But what about the bunny? Now let's get dog food.
And then you just swing by that little stand of the little cups, and they're all and
They're
you'd be
all
like,
laying
hey,
on the bottom of the...
Stop. So, and then you say, oh gosh, what's in there? Hey, look in there. And they're all different, and they're all beautiful, and they're beautiful. I have a thing for betta. So, I mean,
See,
and they're
number
fun to
2,
watch, and
allowed
they're
to spend more money.
relaxing. It's just, I guess I'll stop now. We should probably go on to
They're
another
amazing.
one.
Number 3, can I read this one now? You don't even know what it is, do you?
I do.
Okay, what is it?
Gardening.
Gardening.
Gardening. Because when you aquascape, it's the same thing. If your wife, if your friend, if you're anybody you're trying to get into the hobby, your girlfriend, whatever, chances are they may like gardening. Now, I didn't like gardening until like maybe 5 years ago, but then I was like, bam, I was completely into it. So gardening on the land, it's really just translates to gardening underwater.
Gardening
I'm telling
underwater. It'd probably be even more fun if you garden underwater while you're underwater. You know, this is a really interesting topic, but I think we should get the opinion of some true fish nerds.
Yeah, fish nerds.
What's up, fish nerds? I've tried for years to get this woman interested in fish tanks, all to no avail, until we went to Aquatics this year, where she had nothing else to do but look at fish. And at one point in the weekend, she looks at me and she says, "You should let me have one of the tanks that you're redoing in the garage."
And he actually went for it. So I was able, which this kind of surprised me that I was able to pick out everything I wanted, because I kind of thought he would try to get what he liked into the tank, but he not only let me pick out all the fish I liked, he let me scape it. Even though he scaped it, I told him what I wanted. So I got to pick out the rocks, and we started from scratch and built the perfect tank, exactly the way I like it.
So basically, you got to go somewhere where you saw other things other than just what I like, so that you got a taste for what you liked, decided, hey, if I had a tank all to myself, I could use this, this, and this.
Exactly.
And-
And he did all the hard work, which I did not want to do.
Pro tip for those of you trying to get somebody into it, be willing to do the work while they learn.
Exactly. So now I have a tank that I love seeing, I enjoy watching, and it's my favorite tank.
So the long story short is, you take a woman to Aquatics when she's high on pregnancy hormones and things are bound to work out.
Thank you so much, fish nerds. Don't get any ideas.
Oh my gosh, lots of babies. That's
Lots
for you,
of
Flips.
babies.
But you know what? That's actually a really good point, because you know, you didn't really steamroll over me and tell me what to pick out. And that's the best thing when you pick out your own stuff. And guess what? Now I've got like 7 nanotanks, and you would probably not have had any nanotanks, and now we got a bunch.
I have an important thing. Number 4, crafts and DIY help
Yeah.
women and craftiness. That's what your note says.
Well, yeah, because see, and I'm, like I said, I'm drawing from my own experience. These are all things that you needed help with, and there's a lot of DIY and crafty solutions that women can help you with. If you're trying to fix up a tank, sometimes we just have a knack or an eye or an interest in making things look pretty, and maybe we have the glue that you need.
Maybe you really do a good job. See, this is all preliminary stuff. It's like getting them into the hobby. Then what you can do is you can enjoy Fish Tank Maintenance Day together as a loving, kind, just awesome quality time together where they're learning. So what you can do is they're learning how to maintain the tanks, and then maybe you do a little bit of directing and show them, okay, here's how to gravel vac. Now I'm going to let you go ahead and practice on these 65 tanks. Let me know how it goes. And
I would see that a mile.
and normally, if you do that, you'd probably want to do that for at least a couple months, because you want to get good at it.
Yeah.
And cleaning
You would
sponge
have to practice.
filters or hang on the backs. Even better, teach them how to clean a canister filter. That is a great sense of achievement.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
That's step 2.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Okay, so that was the list.
Okay. No, there's the last
Oh
one.
my gosh.
Wait. There's the last one.
got a
Okay.
paper cut.
So this is the last but not the least. Best way to lure somebody into the hobby is, this would be sweet, tell them you'd appreciate them being in the hobby with you. Just be sincere, like you just really enjoyed having me, you know.
I'm going to practice.
Help and,
Let me show
you
you.
know.
I'll demonstrate. The fish tank hobby is so much fun. It would be so much more fun if you would join me in this wonderful hobby and we could spend quality time together.
Thanks, honey. Can I get a new tank?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Right. As long as I can get one too. You just slip that in.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, that's an interesting point. But I wonder if Kasia from Creative Pet Keeping would agree.
I don't know.
Hello, I'm Kasia from Creative Pet Keeping, and this is my boyfriend Daniel. We've been living together for like 5 years now. Well, being together, not living together. But yeah, you survived fish.
Yeah.
Oh, my fish. I don't know. We're awkward on camera, but what's your story on kind of learning to love fish?
Getting into the hobby, like, I mean, we set up like a fish room for you, and then, well, your office space that's essentially like kind of your workspace. But yeah, we got into the breeding program like in our local fish club, and then eventually I got to observe like all the breeding behavior, like the parenting behavior of different cichlids and all the other species of fish, like also the betta fish. And yeah, they are usually interesting and pretty fun to observe. Like yeah.
Pretty much. I slowly let him be a part of every single aspect of fish keeping, and then slowly sucked him in, and he got emotionally invested.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. Try it out. Maybe it'll work for you, and then you can enjoy the hobby together.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Kasia and Daniel from Creative Pet Keeping. That's kind of an interesting point, in that sometimes just being around living things and figuring out what they do, how they breed, how they work, it's pretty
fascinating.
awesome. It's cool stuff.
Rock on, Daniel. Go get on with those shrimp. So, hope you like this video. I've promised a number of people this for a number of weeks, but it you know, it was, I would say weeks in the making, but months in the making.
Months in the making. Try these 400 simple steps to get your significant other into the fish hobby.
Good luck.
And let us know down in the comments section below how it succeeds.
And how many new tanks you're able to get.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.